episode of
Bean and Chisme. Happy Sunday. We have never done a live show on a Sunday.
Yes.
So it's Sunday fun day.
The ratas are out like before dark time, so it's like 1 o'clock. I'm used to it being like evening.
We go to church stuff too.
We do.
We actually do. So
Yeah.
welcome to the show.
Yes, and y'all may notice, like, where are we, Sam? Where are
We are at Don Martin's or Don Martin's coffee shop here in Southtown in San Antonio, Texas.
Yes.
And so if you're watching from here in town, or you're watching out of state, out of country sometimes, we welcome you to Saranto because this is really a great little nugget, a jewel here in San Antonio.
Absolutely. What's really cool too is some of the people watching, they may have been to Bar America.
Yes.
Which is legit, like right behind us.
Another staple.
Yeah.
in San Antonio.
So same owners, Bar America, Don Martin's or Don Martin's
Don
coffee.
Martin's. We'll ask the owners when they come, like, what's
How
the
do you want us
appropriate
to
way
say
to say the name?
But Sam and I mean, we stumbled across this place. Well, I think I heard of it first from Bar America, and I was like, all right, let me go try it out. Coffee is super amazing, but for me, I'm all about the food. I'm like, all right, what's your menu like? What do you have?
Yes, and
the
I'm all about
menu
the
here
café.
is amazing.
Yeah. Oh no, I just tore up the brisket migas 30 minutes ago. So
I had a bacon and egg taco. They got pan dulce. They have everything here. It's just such a cool little place. And it's funny because a lot of people will complain about Southtown, like, where do I park? I don't know where to go. And it's like, just get your ass down here.
Yeah,
find parking. It's a beautiful neighborhood. You can park
but your
anywhere.
ass is down here in Southtown on the weekends, late at night at the bar, but you can't walk over here.
You can't walk over here. Come see us.
No, the cool thing about this place, it's literally, so here's Bar America, if you know where Bar America is, and it's attached, it's on the same property.
Yeah.
So you just walk to the back and there's a cool little coffee shop back here.
Yeah.
So we're excited to be here on Sunday Fun Day with you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Samantha Nahara, by the way.
I'm Nina Durham.
And so share this video with everybody you know right now. We're so excited for the show ahead.
Yes.
And speaking of the show ahead.
Yeah, well, can we hear it for our live audience again?
I love it. Audience today.
We do. We had some people come out and join us for Brunch and Chisme. Y'all, how was the food? How was the food?
I see everybody drinking some chismosas out there.
I know. I'm like, where's my alcohol? I see beer. I see wine.
They're not mimosas. They're chismosas.
We're over here with our, what do I have here, Sam?
Well, this is our new product for the everyday chismosa.
Yes, it is.
It is a coffee mug that says runs on Chisme.
Runs on Chisme.
And if you didn't know, we just came out with a new line of merch that says run on Chisme. Because like I said, we make products for the everyday chismosa.
Yes, we do.
And that's kind of what our show is based upon. It's just like having these real conversations that most people will not kind of say or think out loud like we say it. We will take the bullet for you.
Absolutely. And we love to, Sam and I have always said, empowered people empower people. And that's one of the reasons that we're here at Don Martin's, because we truly believe in what the owner with Janet is doing and what Brian is doing. And it's just so cool to be able to meet other local people in San Antonio that are making it happen. And people think it's easy to run a business or have a business.
No.
It is so hard. Oftentimes you don't sleep and then you're in it and you're like, why did I do this? Why am I here? We even go through
Why
that.
did I work a 9 to 5?
Why do I want to do that? Or in some cases, working 6 a.m. to 2 a.m. They have long hours, and so it's a lot. So we love to just educate and entertain just our culture and our people, and so thank you guys for tuning in. But one thing I was going to say about the live audience that y'all viewers are missing out on today is all of our giveaways today are just for our live audience.
That's right.
So I'm sorry.
I love you guys at home. Today is about our live audience.
Yes.
So we have two big giveaways. The first one are 2 tickets to the Mexican national soccer team, football, as they call it, coming here to San Antonio. The Alamo Dome. It's a huge, huge deal every year that they even come to our city to play. We don't know who they're going to play against yet. That's to be determined, but it's coming in September. You hashtag right now. You have to be in our live audience. I love football
to win. So you guys that are watching, we're going to have a little tablet going around, and so make sure you put your name, your email, and hashtag the prize that you want to win. Because aside from the Mexico tickets, we are also giving away a Bean and Chisme merch basket today.
Yes.
We're going to have our Fiesta medals in there, a shirt, the hat,
coffee mug.
our mug. So all y'all here, if you want more merch, if you want make sure you hashtag, what is it? I want my merch.
I want my merch
to win that.
Right.
Yes, yeah.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and get into our first segment with the owner of this coffee shop, Miss Janet Correa.
Where's
Give her
Miss
a round
Janet?
of applause.
Let's bring her up. Move over a little bit, girl. Okay, watch your head. Watch your head. Don't hit your head on the microphone. Come on, lady.
Come
I'll
on
let you sit first.
in. Ooh, what did you bring?
Oh, girl, she's got us all sorts of stuff.
Have some dirty abuelitas.
Some dirty abuelitas.
That is the kind of drink I'm talking about.
I know.
Okay.
So, Janet, as you know, we're so happy to be here. Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you, ladies, for coming.
Yes,
Appreciate having you guys out here.
But we wanted our audience, again, a lot of what we like to do with the people that are viewing is, again, it's so easy to think like, oh, cool, you guys opened up this awesome coffee shop. Must be easy. Tell us, girl, is it easy?
No, it's fun though. It's extremely fun. We've been doing this since August now, so we're about to hit our 1 year mark. We're very excited about that.
Congratulations.
Yeah, it's been a learning experience every day for sure.
Yeah.
But easy would not be the word that I would use to describe it.
So cool. And is this like your first own business that you've had, or have you had other businesses
Yes,
before?
no, this is it. This is my first one. First baby for sure.
That's crazy.
So what inspired the coffee shop? Like what made you say, you know what, we're going to go in 110%, like this is what we want to do?
That was definitely Brian. That was Brian's idea.
Okay.
When we were looking for something to do back here, he wanted something to complement the bar, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And so we were thinking about hours. We were like, we need something daytime, something in the evening. And then we wanted to pay homage, of course, to his grandfather. So we were thinking about things that he used to like to do, the area, and he loved pan dulce and a cafecito every morning. So that's why we were like, coffee shop for sure, and we'll name it after him.
I love it. And that's so cool too, because again, like if you like beer, you can go next door. If you're not a beer drinker and want some coffee, you come here. Or you can cure the hangover here. You can cure the hangover.
Party over there at night and then come over here in the morning. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Now, one thing I really love about your menu when it comes to your drinks is you guys have such unique drinks, right? Like y'all have just
Dirty abuelita.
Dirty abuelita. What is a dirty abuelita? Because this thing is good. I know.
I can taste the cinnamon.
Yeah, so our dirty abuelita is the abuelita Mexican hot chocolate with a shot of espresso in there.
Yes. Y'all already thought I was hyper? Yeah. Anyway, Elena's show, I'm on another level.
So one thing that I love to do at the coffee shop is teach our customers that come in here that are not educated about coffee and what we do here. So anything dirty in a coffee shop is a shot of espresso. So I like to tell people that so when they come in and they're like, it's a dirty abuelita. It's not nasty. It's a shot of espresso in the hot
Interesting. So any of your items, like your coffee items that you have here, if they have like dirty in it, it's
a shot of espresso in there, of course. Yeah.
And that's another thing too. Tell our audience, because I know there's a whole process behind how you guys brew, right? Where your beans come from.
Yeah,
they're super special. This ain't no Starbucks. This is better than Starbucks.
Yes, we have all traditional drinks here, so that's another thing I like to educate them on when they come in and they want a macchiato and they want it large, and we have to explain that that's not how a traditional macchiato comes. It's a shot of espresso with a splash of milk, and I think people appreciate that because then they're able to, especially in our culture, kind of get involved and learn more, especially because we have so many great beans that come from Latin America, and I use them here, Colombian and Mexico, so
that's so crazy.
So tell me a little bit about, and this is something that we're very passionate about in being in Chisme, like being a Latina entrepreneur, Latina business owner, like how has it changed your life? Like what are the great things? What are the lows, the highs? Like
what makes you go like this?
Yeah, like tell the world, tell our audience, like what is it like and what are you most proud of right now?
I think it's a struggle. I'm sure you all know as a Latina entrepreneur, people come in and I'm just the barista.
Yeah. Oh, so you're not the boss.
Yeah, everybody just,
And we get that a lot.
Yeah. And so it's good to have that challenge to kind of break that barrier and let people know, like, no, I know what I'm doing back here. It's me. It's my recipe. And so it's good. It's a good experience. It's a struggle.
But you don't have a day off, though.
I don't have a day off.
She doesn't have a day
Y'all
off.
are Monday through Sunday?
I'm telling you.
I'm Tuesday through Sunday, and Monday is restaurant depot day. Monday is like day to get stuff for
organized.
Wow.
So you're still working. You're still like having to do something. And that's what's crazy. If any of you guys have either been here or when you come down, guess who's going to be ringing up your order behind the counter? It's going to be this girl, because that's what it takes to run a small business. And I don't think a lot of people realize that is oftentimes you don't have a big team of people. It's like whoever it is that started the business, there's 2 people. Those are the 2 people you're going to see all the time.
What time did you get here this morning? Because I heard you get here real early.
Well, this morning I got here at 7:30, so that's not too bad.
Okay, that's not too bad. But you usually get here every day that time?
Yes. And I do want to open up earlier. We have a daughter, and daycare doesn't start till 7:30. So
Damn, you
that's
daycare.
another, being a mom, when
she's
you're
got a little one.
a mom, you have to adjust your hours.
You know what's interesting is, are there any daycares here in Southtown area?
There is. It's right up the street.
Oh, there's one there. Okay. All right. Well, there you go. I was like, is there an opportunity for another business
well,
for you, Janet? She's like, let's not talk any more businesses.
That's so funny. Well, and then one last thing. So tell us a little bit about the pan dulce and where it comes from.
Oh, yeah.
So pan dulce, it's coming from Cinderella Bakery on the west side of San Antonio, and it's actually my father-in-law's bakery, Brian's father. Yeah. So everything. Yes, so we're trying to keep it local and within the family, and it's very good. It's something that you can't find in this area, so definitely something that when our customers come in, it's the first thing that they want to look at and they want to experience for sure.
I love it. Well, thank you so much, Janet. You guys watching again, if you haven't come down, come on over. Support Janet. We're going to talk to Brian here in a minute. Enjoy their amazing coffee, their pan dulce. We're going to talk a little bit more about that food you offer with Brian.
All right, so thanks guys.
Thanks so much. I love it. Dude, it's crazy because, I was talking to one of our close friends, Norma Benavides, earlier, and it's like people don't realize, at least in San Antonio, when it comes to opening up a business, it's very different. People have no clue what goes into it, and usually it's the owners who you see. And so some people watching may know or may not know, but my parents, right, they used to own La Prensa de San Antonio here in Texas, and people would always say like, oh, your father is the one that comes out to all of our events. Like, we thought he was going to send someone. It's like, they didn't know what to send.
Who are we going to send?
You're going to get the owner because that's what we have to do.
Yeah, no, there's so many sacrifices, and my utmost respect to people like Janet who have the huevos, really.
Yeah.
I was gonna say the balls, but we're Latino, so the huevos to like get up, get in the morning, and she's grinding. And this is a great start. It's her first business, so we have to support each other, and that's something else that we often promote is support each other, you guys, especially us Latinas, because when she comes up, we all come up with her.
That's right. And the other thing too is really quickly with small businesses is like, especially nowadays with all these like big brick and mortars closing, like you have the JCPenney's of the world that are closing, you've got all these stores that are closing, but you see all these small businesses popping up in communities. And I'm just a firm believer that small business is the backbone of San Antonio. It is the backbone of our community. And it's important that we come out and that we support places like this, because when all the Starbucks are gone, guess what? Don Martin's is still gonna be here. That's right. Because of the community, because of the loyalty, the love, and support. So anyway, I'm just gonna throw that in there. All right, so should we bring up the other owner?
Let's bring up the other owner. Come on now, Brian.
Come on, Brian. Right, is he ready? We're supposed to have amigas. Where are our amigas? Do you fit here,
Nina wants to know where her amigas are. Hi, come on in.
Welcome. Brian, have a seat, sir.
All right, so many of you don't know, but I've known Brian since I was like 12. Okay.
That's crazy.
Patnef Middle School. We go way back. And then Marshall High School. Don't judge.
That's hilarious.
You San Antonians judge our high schools.
Wait, where'd you go to high school?
Marshall.
John Marshall.
You went to Marshall too. So y'all went to Neff and Marshall.
Yeah, but he was like too cool for me. Like he's older, so
I'm still too cool.
I'm just
for
like
you.
one of those. Like,
He's still too cool.
It's true. It's so true. So, congratulations, first of all, on all of the success. Yeah. We are so proud of you and what you've done with your family's bar. And we just want to know, tell us everything.
Tell us all of it.
Tell us what you've done with the bar and then how this all came to happen.
Well, we've been doing this for about 75 years now. I'm the fourth generation that I've taken over about 5 years ago.
Unbelievable.
And I was raised here.
Yeah.
As a baby, as a child, like I played
At the bar?
here. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Behind the bar.
This used to be a boarding house. My grandfather Don Martin's, we used to rent out the house to, my grandfather used to rent it, I guess, to people that work downtown and whatnot.
What?
Incredible.
And so,
I had no clue.
When I took over 5 years ago, I was like, what am I going to do with this? It was all, there was stuff all over the place, and we just decided to demo it out, open it up. Still didn't know what I was going to do, and finally I was like, let's do a coffee shop. We have alcohol, let's have coffee in the morning, and just try and keep as much business going throughout the day and at night.
And I know, and so like with Bar America, that's been in your family for how many years?
75.
75. Oh, that you just said that. So
Yes.
that's what, 1920?
1942.
42.
And we've been at
I'm
this
doing the
location.
math.
I know, y'all can tell. I'm on 19, 18.
I'm
can't do
good.
math.
And we've been at this location for close to 40 years.
That's so crazy. And why coffee?
My grandfather loved coffee, I love coffee, and it's a great way when we've had too much tequila. We have something to counter that the next morning to kind of get us through the day. So,
One of the things that was really cool we were talking about with Janet is, I know, you guys are a coffee shop, and even next door, right, you're a bar, but dude, the food at both Bar America and here are just spot on.
I
Speaking
appreciate
of, where are our migas at? Can someone bring up our migas?
I think I ate them on the way over here.
Yeah. But tell us about that too, because again, it's hard to find a bar with a good kitchen.
Right.
And like even a coffee shop, like you can go in and again, you can have like really great coffee, but then the food is mediocre.
Sure.
Food here y'all have is bomb.
I appreciate it.
Talk to us about the menu.
Absolutely, yeah. 95% of the items that we do back there are made from scratch. It's really good stuff. We allow, it's 3 good cooks that I have. I have Dan, Israel, and Chris. And we allow these guys to just basically come up with
the menu.
Yeah, new menu items. And one of the things that they came up with was Israel, the breakfast migas.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to
write
for breakfast migas. And you get that every time.
Oh yeah, the
It'll fill
brisket
you up.
migas. I'm down every time. So quick question. I know that you've done a lot with Bar America, and if you're not from San Antonio, Bar America is one of those downtown staple bars. Like it's just like almost, it's not, is it a dive-ish?
At one time we were.
Okay.
It's way nicer though now than what it was. No,
but
of course.
No, it's done some stuff with it.
Yeah,
Done
it's
a lot of
transitioned
renovations.
a lot.
A lot of renovations.
Yeah.
Got it.
It's definitely a place where all are welcome. Everyone can come, have a good time, and just behave.
Yeah,
Don't
just
get out of
behave.
line.
And they have security cameras, so they'll catch.
Like real good, they'll throw your ass out.
Whether you trip or do something bad, they'll get it on camera.
But how do you like handle the lifestyle? Like how? Like I've seen you grind. Like I've seen you trying to manage a team and like trying to keep the riffraff out and like, but still be an ally with our raza at the same time. You know,
Absolutely.
like how do you do it all? Oh my God, it's hot. Ooh,
Very hot. Breakfast migas. I'll tell you how I do it. It's Don Martin's coffee. That's what it is.
You're like, I get all my energy
Absolutely,
from the coffee. Well, no, and it is a lot because you two, you're a father, and that's another thing too. Is it's one thing to have a business, to have 2 businesses, and then on top of that, to have kids.
Yes.
Like that just adds a whole new dimension of how you have to structure your life, you know? And I know, like, how many hours would you say you work a week, Brian?
It's maybe 60 to 80. And then I have my
60 to
son,
80.
Sebastian, back there who helps me out a lot when he's in town. So,
That's so cool.
Yeah.
How old Sebastian?
Sebastian's 16.
That's how old.
16 years old.
16 years old. It's good at that age, right? Because that's when you
Absolutely.
can start like,
And
hey,
put
I
'em
need
to
your
work.
help.
Yeah.
Go give me some coffee. Right now.
Yeah.
Right now. We got to work. That's so
Absolutely.
awesome.
Is there anything on the menu or at the bar that you want to talk to us about?
Our wings are really good.
Okay, I have had the wings. I ain't
And
gonna lie. They
cucumber
good.
margarita is really good.
The cucumber
Yeah.
margarita. What else have I had over there? I've had all kinds of stuff.
You know what? The michelada. The michelada.
That's like one of my favorite things too is a
Yeah.
michelada. I like them real spicy.
Right.
That sounds so good right now.
The
And
enchilada is really
then
good.
they also have a really cool rooftop that you also opened up.
Absolutely.
So tell us a little bit about the rooftop.
We needed to move our restrooms from the old building inside outside. And the contractor came up with a good idea because we didn't want to lose any seating on the patio. He's like, why don't we
They have an
put them
awesome
on
patio.
top? Yeah. So that's what that is.
That's so funny.
You can get a view of the
And
skyline.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, and it's crazy because that's the other thing too. And I hope you don't mind talking about this, but when Brian and Janet, when they took over, it wasn't like they took over a very successful business that was like booming. Like he has worked his ass off to get Bar America, to get Don Martin's to where it's at right now. And so, I know you and I talked like when you took over, like the building needed to be renovated.
Right.
There was money that needed to be put in. And so how did you balance all of that? Like how did you take something that maybe wasn't making money, that had some debt, to like being profitable?
One thing my grandfather always told me is like, hey, no matter what happens when things get tough, just keep pushing, keep punching, keep going through. And that's what we did for 5 years. We'd save a little bit of money and fix this, fix that. We just kept going.
And let me ask you a question, because I always ask business owners. Have you, within this 5-year period, have there been times when you didn't get a paycheck?
Yeah, absolutely.
See?
Absolutely. Yeah.
And when you were like, I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm over it.
That happens when then you, like I said, have some coffee and you feel better about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so cool. That's so awesome.
awesome.
And then and the other thing too, I just kind of wanted to hit on, and we talked about this a little bit earlier, but was that legacy piece. Because that's a thing too that is very San Antonio, that if you can continue a family tradition, and we were talking to some other people here that their businesses are 100 years old, where it's like you've got the grandkid of the grandkid that takes over. And so was that something that was near and dear to your heart? Like you wanted to keep this within the family?
Right. Well, what happened was, no, I didn't want the bar because I grew up here.
He's like, I'm done.
I saw what the bar life was. I bartended here with my grandfather for about 10 years.
What?
And he didn't want me to take over, but at the same time, I didn't want to see it go to anyone else. There was still a lot of work we needed to do, and there's still a lot of work that we have to do. And So yeah, it's definitely a big part of our family history.
Very cool.
Awesome.
Now I know, and we're going to talk about it a little bit later, but y'all see we have our little Pride stickers. I know y'all have an event coming up next door, right? At
Yes,
America coming
with
up soon.
Robert and the Pride Center of San Antonio. So we're excited about that.
Awesome.
very
They're a very big
cool.
LGBTQ ally, and here in San
Absolutely.
Antonio, that's something else we admire about you guys.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Is there anything else you want the audience to know about your businesses, what you guys got going on?
Absolutely. Come on by and check us out. There's definitely a lot of tradition, a lot of history here, and we're big on friends and family.
Yes, and you'll find a lot of chismosas here too, and chismosos.
Absolutely.
Brian, thank you so
Thank
much
you so
for coming
much.
on. This was so
I appreciate
awesome.
you. Thank you so much, Ken.
You're welcome. Thank you.
So funny. I was gonna.
It's so awesome.
I'll just move over.
So awesome to see.
We'll just leave
people-
it here.
Yeah,
we
I
can
know.
have our other
So awesome
guests.
to see people that you've grown up with, and you haven't talked in a long time, and you're just like, wow, I'm really proud of you. I tell them all the time, I'm so proud of you.
Believe it or not, this is the first time I had the brisket migas.
Girl,
I've never tasted them.
did
I
it
was
change
just-
your life
it's
today?
so good.
Did it change your life?
And
It
it's got
is
like
Sunday.
a good spice on it. Oh, I can't even.
Yeah,
All right,
definitely.
reminder for our giveaways.
All right, so you guys hashtag and write your name down if you want to win. For the
2 tickets
to the football game. I love football. And then the other hashtag we need y'all to do is I want my merch.
I want my merch.
To win the merch. And
Yes,
if you are
yes.
just tuning in right now, we are here live at Don Martin's. Hey, Brian, is it Don Martin's or Don Martin's?
He said Don Martins.
Don Martin's.
We need to
we'll
have
keep
that
it
little
way.
Latino Don
And we are
Martins
here
in
live in San Antonio. Please share this video right now with
Share,
people
share.
across the world so they can see what we have going on in San Antonio. We appreciate it.
Yes.
And so it is Pride Month in
is
San
Pride
Antonio.
Month.
Well, actually around the world right now. And we are so excited to have this special guest come on. He is the executive director of the Pride Center of San Antonio, Mr. Robert Salcido. Come on, Robert. Welcome.
have to let her guess.
Come on in. Come on in. It's a little tight.
Siéntate aquí, mijito. We'll be little friends here.
Well, this is the first in between two Latinos.
There you go. Did you have?
Chisme sandwich?
It is. It's a bean and cheese
Sandwich.
Sandwich.
So, talk to me. I am like dying to know because you guys are kicking ass and like doing
Yeah.
some great things. What's going on for Pride in San Antonio?
Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of things happening in
Yeah.
Pride. You know, it's definitely a different scene from what we've saw from years past.
Absolutely.
A lot of things more integrated into the city, more mainstream. Definitely allies reaching out. All kinds of things. For the organization itself, we do have our Icons Brunch,
Okay.
which is an opportunity for us to celebrate the authenticity of our community, but then give some awards away to people that are like really badass in our community that are doing the hard work.
I know.
So that's on June 23rd at the Stables. Don Martins as well as Bar America are sponsors, so we're definitely
they are
fortunate for their
sponsor.
allyship in that.
I love it. And
Yeah.
people that are tuning in, what can you tell us a little bit about Pride Center of San Antonio and like just what you guys do, what your mission is, and you know how you impact the city of San Antonio?
Yeah, definitely. So we've been around since about 2011. There's been other iterations of us Pride Center that have not made it in the past, and so we're very fortunate that we've been around for as long as we have with community support. But for a large part, we worked out in the community with no space, no brick and mortar, borrowed space from other organizations. But we are celebrating our 1 year in our walk-in facility now. Yeah, so it's really cool. It's at 1303 McCullough Avenue.
We're gonna have to come to a show there.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. But we're inside the Metropolitan Professional Building, so we have a really good relationship with them. Again, allies stepping up to help the community. But really, we offer a safe space, somewhere
Okay.
for people to come in, hang out, get resources. We do support groups. We have different things that we do internally. But really, it's an opportunity for us to connect people in the community to services that they may not be aware of. So
Absolutely.
really, that safe space where people can be their authentic self without fear of discrimination, without
Right,
fear of being,
right.
verbally or physically attacked, because we know that kind
Which
of stuff
is still,
happens.
It happens, and
Yeah.
and it's funny because I know it's kind of it's a sensitive subject, but again, we talk about the sensitive subjects, and it's beautiful to see how people have opened up and embraced the community, but there are still people out there that are very brutal and just very
Yeah.
mean to our LGBTQ
Close-minded.
community.
Yeah,
They're
of
very
course.
close-minded.
Yeah.
And then I also feel bad because then you have this generation of people that are, they're an older generation that it's so hard for them to change their ideology or their mentality about,
Totally different way of
about this
thinking.
community of people.
That's a large part of what we do is really training and education is like getting people to realize who LGBTQ folks are,
Right.
which we're just like everybody else. We're your neighbors, we're your friends. We go to church with you.
Yeah.
We work with
They
you.
pay taxes.
We pay taxes too, contrary to popular belief.
To the economy a little bit.
But that's the thing about Pride is as we see it now, it's an opportunity for us to show who we are authentically and be in a space and celebrate our lives. But really, we got to look back in the history of it, where it started. Pride started as a riot. It was a Latina transgender woman, Sylvia Rivera, that started kind of the modern movement that we're in now, and Marsha P. Johnson. But we're not away from the like you said, the mindset of what people have. It's unfortunate things happen. Not to damper y'all's wonderful show, but let's keep it real. Here in Texas, we just within the last, since October, we've had 3 murders of trans women.
So sad.
We've had 9 across the U.S. And just this year, 2019. And the thing is it's black trans women of color. It's women of color that are being victimized and targeted. So we got to, yes, embrace who we are as a culture and as who we are as individuals, but we also still need to press forward with love and respect and just know that we're all people, we're all human. And so definitely celebrate Pride, but know where it comes from in the roots as well.
Sure, that's a big part of it.
Yeah,
and then
for
do you serve people of all ages?
Yeah, so we, all ages, we have activities and groups for teenagers all the way up until we have something that's called Coffee and Connection.
Coffee and Connection.
John Martin's Coffee. We might have to come get coffee here. But it's opportunity for people that are 55 and older to come together and form community and different things. Our Coffee and Connection is the 3rd Saturday of every month from 10 to 12. But yeah, we serve everybody. We get people, whether they drop into the center or they give us a call online, we really just try to connect people where they are. We get people who, there was a young person that we saw them walk by the center several times over a course of several weeks. And when they finally
not come inside.
And so they call and I happen to answer the phone and I'm looking, we have big windows that look out. You can see, but they can't see in.
You're like, I'm gonna go get this
and
one.
so we see it in there, but it's like when meeting people where they are at the time when they're ready.
Absolutely.
Whether that's coming out for the first time or just having a conversation or anything like that. But yeah, the Pride Center is all about that safe space.
Do y'all do like counseling kind of things there?
Right now we refer out, but we are in the process of expanding our services. Like I said, we're just hitting our 1-year mark in the center, but doing different partnerships with counseling, in particular UTSA and Our Lady of the Lake University. So we will be offering counseling services soon.
That's very cool. Yeah. And then for our viewers watching, for our live audience, how can they help? Because
what can we do
for the Pride Center? How can we help you guys? How can we help your mission?
Definitely. So there's 2 main things: time and money.
I need both of those too.
Yeah, so let's just be real. The climate for LGBTQ funding in Texas is not the best.
Right. Yeah.
98% of the funding that we get for the center to run our operations and everything is directly from the community. So small $5 donations and then larger donations. Every penny counts for us. What most people don't also realize is that we have 1 staff member that's a paid staff member. That's not me. I am a volunteer with the organization.
We get it. Yeah.
But with that 1 staff person, we try to, give as much bandwidth and capacity as we can.
Absolutely.
But everybody else is volunteers, and time does equal money.
How many volunteers do you guys have?
We have a working board, so we have a board of 12 folks throughout the community. But then our volunteer list of who we tap for events and things like that, it's probably upwards of over 400. So a lot of people involved, but we can always use more.
Yeah, and then the event that you guys have coming up, tell us a little bit more about that and where it's going to be and time, date, all that good stuff.
It's the Icons Brunch and Awards. We'll be awarding 5 or 6 awards to community members. Community members nominated them, and then we put out a voting process. So the community is choosing who they think our own icons are.
Do people know that they're being honored yet?
They know they're nominated. They don't know. We're gonna do it all Grammy Award style.
Dress up for this?
However you're comfortable. Come as you want.
Okay, because I've been doing the most sometimes.
Yeah, so we're doing that.
I'm gonna go all out.
It's June 23rd at the Pearl Stables from 11:30 to 1:30. Tickets are on sale. You can go to our website or Facebook, of course.
And the website will pop up. PrideCenterSA.org.
Yes, correct.
Awesome, and we'll drop some links before.
But so all the great sponsorships that we have, and then of course the funding that comes in from this event. Obviously, it's a fundraiser as well. That's really what keeps our doors open and helps us provide the services that we do.
Sure thing.
Without community support, there's no way
There's
we can do
nothing.
it.
Yeah.
For sure. So everybody come out and help us.
I love it.
And one more thing, so San Antonio is traditionally a non-progressive type city, but
Right.
last
It's hard
year,
for us to-
our city invested in a crosswalk, a rainbow-colored crosswalk, like the gay flag color. So that to me was a huge deal. So are
It's so
we,
pretty,
as
too.
a city nationwide, like, are we getting there, or we're like a long way to go? Are we like
where
maybe
are we?
stepping our way? Like, where are we at? Where are we at?
So, I mean, really, honestly, Sam, I mean, I think San Antonio is more progressive than we think it is. When it comes to the LGBTQ community, we have great supporters. But there's always work to be done, obviously.
Sure.
But the crosswalk, which was in large part community funded, the city only contributed what they normally would do for any normal sidewalk, and the community had to come up with the rest.
Okay.
But that's just a sign of the inclusivity of our community. So, you know, thank you to Councilman Pedavino that spearheaded that.
Nice. Shout out to
But you know,
That's
definitely it's
awesome.
there. It just shows the way not only to our residents of San Antonio and our community members, but to people that are traveling here.
Yeah.
You know,
yes.
like they embrace who we, you know, the city embraces who we are. So a lot of people will see it out when they go to the Pride Festival and the Pride Parade that's happening on the 29th of this month.
Don't forget.
So yeah, go to one of our partner organizations out in the community. Pride San Antonio puts that on.
Okay.
So definitely they put on a good day of activities, like I said, a resource fair and festival, and then the parade. But again, it's another opportunity to celebrate our community.
Awesome. Yeah. Anything else you would like our viewers to know about your organization? Any events? Like, you let them know, boo boo.
Yeah,
right now,
definitely.
this is your camera.
Yeah, definitely. So I would say, you know, yes, check out our community calendar for different events and things like that. But know that the LGBTQ Community Center, we go by LGBTQ plus, which signifies there's additional identities out there besides the mainstream letters that we use.
Okay.
But that also includes allies. So if you're ever in a situation or find yourself where you're not sure about something, or you don't want to ask somebody because you think it's going to be offensive or anything like that, reach out to us. We are there for our allies. Everybody's welcome at our center. We're there to educate people and talk about it and do it in a way that everybody grows.
Yeah.
So don't think just because it's an LGBT center that our allies aren't, or people that want to be allies or working their way to it. You know, reach out to us. We're a resource in the community.
I love
Awesome.
it.
Well, thank you
Yeah.
for saying
Thank you
yes.
so
we
much,
appreciate
No,
you.
for sure.
being open to
Definitely.
come on
Go
and
check
hang
them
out
out,
with
you
us, Chisme
guys.
Club.
Yes.
Yes, check them out, and congratulations for all you have done and
Thank
everything
you.
you can continue to do. You have our full support.
Yeah.
Whatever we got to do to help you guys.
And
with
good luck
your-
this month, because I'm
Thank
sure
you.
y'all are
Yes.
just
Right?
excited
It's
about
like,
Busy,
it's like
busy.
your fiesta month. Right?
Yeah. Which I didn't get to do Fiesta this year, so
Oh, next year.
we'll do it in June.
Awesome. All right,
Thank you so
thank you
much.
so much.
Thank you.
So much. That's awesome. I'm so proud of my city. I'm so proud of
I know.
everything that they're doing, and it's just so nice to finally get some movement on our LGBT community, because San Antonio too seems to be a little late in the game on a lot of things.
We can be.
Which is one of the things I love and hate about my city at the same time.
I've always joked about it, because I've always said that's because San Antonio is just happy the way we are.
Right? We very much are
We
happy
just like
the way
it, and it's difficult when it comes to subjects like that, because, and I've mentioned this before, like my mom, for example, she's part of she's in her early 80s, and she's, I know, right? And exactly, and she's got a difficult time when it comes to, our gay community in town, not because she's against them, but it was the way she was raised, the way she was brought up. Like, I remember my mom even telling me the story, like when she was growing up, she had a cousin that had Down syndrome. She didn't meet her cousin until she was 28 years old because they kept her hidden.
Wow.
They didn't, like, the children with disabilities weren't just out the way they are now. And so it's very interesting to me when you see just the different ideologies and the perspectives, because I think there's so much that plays into it. But I do love just how much our community really is coming together to support, all of these efforts.
Yeah,
So
no,
anyway, just wanted to
that's
throw that out
one of the best things we have about our
Yes.
job is we get to bring on and talk about things like
Yes.
this to introduce it to the world, baby.
Yes.
All right, so
there. We got some shout outs.
we got some shout outs. We're going to give out some prizes, and we are done with this show.
Oh, we have
today,
our
ladies and
one
gentlemen.
more little segment.
Oh, we have a segment, and
But first, shout outs.
yes,
Shout
go
out,
ahead.
All right. So shout out to Elizabeth Vargas, Sylvia Rodriguez, Connie Martinez, Robert, who was just on. Thank you for watching, Robert. Kelly Noreen, Lissa, is it Lissa? Lissa Garcia, and Christina Cardenas. Thank you
for
guys
watching.
for all
Thank you for
watching.
the love.
Do you know what?
Thank
Real
you.
quickly, do we have any birthdays in the audience? Any birthdays? Any birthday months? Anything? We got a June baby. Okay, I just want to say happy birthday to all our June babies.
I'm going to need some ID to prove that, sir.
That's so funny. Okay, so now moving on. So we wanted to do just kind of like a cute segment, as some of you guys know, next Sunday. So a week from today is Father's Day. So if y'all haven't gotten your daddy a gift, go get him a present.
You know, my dad is so easy. He's like, take me to Sam's for samples.
Oh, that's so
you know, he's like, take me to H-E-B, but the market. What's the one on the bougie? We call it Gucci B on Broadway.
Oh yeah, that
take
one.
me to the Central
Market.
He's so hard. My dad
so I can get my strawberries.
And I've said this before. He's like one of the hardest people to shop for because I'll like give him something
funny.
nice, a little more expensive, and he's like, "What is this? Go return it. Get your money back." I'm like, "What?"
That's hilarious.
Anyway, but yes,
and
like awesome.
Yeah, and like with me, it's interesting now the way I see Father's Day because I lost my daddy. It'll actually be 2 years on June 25th.
Wow!
So
I
lost him a week after Father's Day, and it was just, and so it's hard. You know, it's hard when like for me and you know people that are watching. Like my father, she knows this. He was like I had him on a pedestal in both my personal and my business life, and like losing him was just. It was heartbreaking. And so I love to see just everyone love your daddy. Love him today.
Even though he drives me crazy.
Even if he drives you crazy.
Even though he brings like random crap to my house.
Even
and I'm
if
like,
he brings random crap to your house, love your daddy. Because it's funny because with me, and I think a lot of Latinos do this, I thought my dad was, you know, just like Mexican Superman. Like he's never gonna die. Like you don't think about that because again, something we don't like to talk about is death. We don't like to talk about wills. We don't like to talk about having a plan. And then it happens, and it's like, they're just human. They're just human. And so our last segment before we do our giveaways, it's called No Words Can Espresso.
That's all her.
That's not all me. That's both me.
She can do this all day.
Adam helped me with it. I love it. I just love
espresso.
No Words Can Espresso. And so I went around with a notepad and I had people write down little messages for their daddies. So we're going to read them right now on air. So I can read one, you can read one. So this is from Christina. It says, thank you to my father, Robert, for being there for me through so much. You're my protector, and I'm glad that I can rely on you for everything.
Y'all, okay, I'm not going to be able to make it through this.
You're going to start crying.
Stop.
And then from Gabby.
Thank you for everything you do for me and my boys.
Aww. From Clarissa, thank you for working so hard and spending $1,000 on my graduation party.
Dang,
# 2019. So I'm gonna need to meet your daddy.
Yeah.
From Elijah, so this is from my son to his daddy. Put, dear dad, thanks for not taking me to Africa with you this morning. Just kidding, you're the best. Yeah, so his dad and stepmom, they left to Africa for a missionary trip for 2 weeks. I know.
Crazy.
Thanks for not taking me. He's so silly.
Christina S. says to Jeff, thank you for being a great father and role model to our boys. Love you.
Love you.
Aww.
Then we got here from Kathy Garcia. Jeremy, you're my roll dog and the protector of our family. Thank you for being a loving dad and for loving us. Oh, so sweet.
Victor says, thank you for being the protector of our family.
I love it. Pat says, thank you for teaching me to cook and being the best dad you were.
Oh, y'all. Connie, I wish I could hear one of your stories from your youth. Love and miss you, Dad.
Aww. So again, there are people clearly both here and out there that have lost their daddy, and it's a difficult thing when you don't have your daddy with you anymore.
Let's show Daddy some love.
So No Words Can Espresso, you guys. Make sure that you tell your daddy how much you love him. We got some really cool bean and chisme caps if you need. To buy
That's right.
a last minute gift for your daddy.
Yes, don't forget Dad's gift.
Exactly. What do you want to say to your daddy, Sam?
Daddy, I just want to say
I'm putting her on the spot.
Thank you for everything you do, even though I drive you nuts. We have my father and I have very much a brother-sister type relationship, and we just drive each other crazy, but we can't live without each other either. And so I love you, Dad. He's one of my my anchors. Like, what would I do without him? Person in my life. So, Dad, I appreciate you and everything you do. Thank you for making beautiful me. Thank you for meeting my mom and then marrying her and having me.
And he's also such a great grandpa too.
Oh my God, my daughter loves him. Yes, and they also. It's so funny. They have this same kind of like brother-sister relationship where she's like, stop, leave me alone. Stop it. And he's like, and then they come together and they want to party and hang out all night.
It's so funny because he's also kind of like our bean and chisme dad, right? So anytime we have shoots or we have an event, like he's the one. I
brought you some tacos. Yes. I brought you barbacoa.
Here's some cuties.
Here's some donuts. Like he's forever bringing us stuff. So.
This is super awesome.
Yeah. Thanks, Dad. You're awesome.
So now, moving on to our giveaways. All right, you guys ready? Y'all ready?
Who's ready for
watching? Who's ready for giveaways?
All right, who's gonna go to the Alamodome in September for the football game?
So our winner of the 2 football tickets is Millie
Montreal.
Congratulations, Millie. We'll get you your tickets. And then the winner of our merchandise gift pack, and we'll have you, the winner for our merchandise pack, go to the back and we'll put it together, and that way we make sure that your sizes are all the same.
Yvette,
Is that
Salina,
Lina?
or is it
Lynette or Yvette?
Salinas?
Yvette? Congratulations! You're gonna get all our merch. It's worth like $1,000 altogether. So
that's awesome.
It's so hilarious because the other day I sent her a link. What was it that was on sale on eBay? I was like, look, we're on eBay.
Someone was like,
Metal. Our Fiesta
Somebody's
Metal.
like reselling one of our Fiesta Metals for like $20 or something.
For like $40.
Mom, I've made it.
Yeah, it made me feel all special. But yay, congratulations
so much
to
for
our
playing.
winners.
Thank you to our live audience for joining us today. We love you guys and appreciate every single one of you here. We cannot have this show without you. Thank you so much to Bar America, Janet, and of course Don Martins, Janet, Brian. Thank you for your family for welcoming us and sponsoring this. We can't do this show without you guys and your support. So please continue to share.
Yep. And again, come out and visit Don Martins.
Don Martins
Coffee Company. Again, they are located on 540 South Presa. We've already dropped some links before. We're going to continue to drop them though because sometimes you miss the links, so we got to drop them again. Yes. But come out and support your local business, your local coffee shop.
All right. We'll see you guys soon.
Bye.
Be sure to tell everybody. Bye.
Happy Pride Month.